take it from here. I'll take it from here. I'll just run the ceremony. Is that okay?
Mic was off, but okay. Buenas tardes. Gracias por acompañarnos a esta ocasión especial. La ceremonia comenzará en breve. Para aquellos que deseen subtítulos o traducción al español, por favor visiten la transmisión en vivo en el sitio web rhodes.edu. Para español, elija esta opción utilizando la opción de idioma en el feed o en el sitio web rhodes.edu captions. Una traducción del programa está disponible en la cuenta de Instagram del capellán @Rhodes_Chaplain. Nos alegra poder celebrar con ustedes. Gracias. Hello again. Thank you for joining us on this special occasion. The ceremony will begin shortly. For those of you who need subtitles or translations in Spanish, you can do so by going to our website, rhodes.edu. For closed captioning, you can go to rhodes.edu/captions, and a translation in Spanish of the program is in Spanish available, should you need it, on the chaplain's Instagram at @Rhodes_Chaplain. Thank you for joining us.
Welcome, graduates, loved ones, honored guests, faculty, staff, and everyone who helped bring these students past the finish line. You did it. We did it! I am the Reverend Beatrix Weil, chaplain of Rhodes College, and it is my honor to welcome you to the baccalaureate service. Our baccalaureate service is a modern, inclusive celebration of our graduating students and a time to express gratitude to those who have helped them in their journey along the way. We borrowed the structure of this service from the traditional Presbyterian worship service, and we have made it our own, authentic to Memphis and to Rhodes College. The students you will hear poetry, prose, and even music from have dug deep to share authentically from their traditions, their passions, their time spent at Rhodes. Today you will also hear a baccalaureate message from Dr. Russell T. Wigginton, class of 1988, and more music from our faculty jazz ensemble. You will be sent forth with abundant blessings and a charge to hold onto in the days and years ahead. Thank you for being here, and welcome. Our first student speaker started our Episcopal Church at Rhodes College student organization, and I could not be more proud to share the stage with her. Please welcome our first student speaker, Claire Lomenick.
Hello, my name is Claire Lomenick, and as Beatrix mentioned, for the past 4 years, I have served as the president of the Rhodes Episcopal Club. In the Episcopal tradition, during a baptism, the congregation promises to stand with the baptized and help them live out the covenant they were making with God in baptism. During seasons of change, such as graduation, it is important to reflect on the covenants we make to ourselves and each other. In keeping with that spirit, I have modified a form of the baptismal covenant based on our shared Rhodes values for us to say together now. This prayer will be call and response, so I will ask a question and you will respond with, "We will." Will you continue in the spirit of lifelong learning which led you to Rhodes? If so, say, "We will." We will. Will you strive for justice and peace among all people and respect the dignity of every human being? If so, say, "We will." Will you seek to utilize the knowledge you gain through academic study and personal enrichment for the betterment of your community and the world? If so, say, "We will." Will you continue to uplift and support the class of 2023 in their future endeavors? If so, say, "We will." Amen. I will now invite Abby Alley and Georgia Winkler to sing Flight. Abby and Georgia are accompanied by Dr. Alex Benford, who is graciously filling in for Dr. Thomas Bryant.
Get caught in a wind, I'll just have to obey till I'm flying. don't know, but maybe I'm just a fool. I should keep to the ground, I should stay where I'm at. Maybe everyone has hunger like this, and the hunger will pass, but I can't think like that. All I know is somewhere through the clear, there's a flicker of sunlight, and I have such a river inside. Let me run through a field in the night, let me lift from the ground till my soul is in flight. Let me sway like the shade of a tree, let me swirl like a cloud in a storm on the sea. Wish me on my way, wish me on my way, through the dawning day. I wanna fly, wanna rise, wanna swim, wanna grow on the side of a hill, wanna shift like a wave rolling on, wanna drift from the path I've been traveling upon before I am gone.
Hello. Great to see you all. My name is Jahari Shelton, and I have the distinct pleasure of introducing this year's baccalaureate speaker. Dr. Russ Wigginton serves as the president of the National Civil Rights Museum. He assumed this role in August 2021 and brings vast experience in education, fundraising, operations, and community engagement. Prior to assuming this role, Wigginton served as the Chief Post-Secondary Impact Officer for the Tennessee State Collaborative on Reforming Education, otherwise known as SCORE, from 2019 to 2021, where he led the organization's work for post-secondary access, retention, and completion. Previously, he served as Vice President for Student Life and Dean of Students at Rhodes College from 2017 to 2019, where he oversaw the college's co-curricular experience for students. From 2006 to 2017, Russ served as Vice President for External Programs and Vice President for College Relations, where he helped establish and implement institutional strategy for the college's engagement in Memphis and beyond, and oversaw the college grants, foundations, and government relations, alumni relations, communications, career services, and continuing education departments. Russ taught 8 years in the history department at Rhodes, specializing in African American and community history. He has published a book entitled The Strange Career of the Black Athlete, African Americans in Sports, as well as articles and essays on African American social and labor history. Russ has served on numerous civic boards, including the National Civil Rights Museum, the Memphis Zoo, Big Brothers Big Sisters, Facing History and Ourselves, Ballet Memphis, Arts Memphis, Urban Art Commission, St. George's Independent Schools, Promise Academy, and KIPP Schools. Russ graduated from Rhodes College with a BA in History and earned a PhD in History from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. I hope I pronounced that right. Russ is married to Tamika Hart Wigginton, Managing Director for Blue Meridian Partners, and Russ has a son, Ryan, who is a recent graduate of the University of Richmond. Please join me in giving Dr. Russ Wigginton a warm welcome.
Thank you for that warm introduction, Mr. Shelton. I'm honored to be here at Rhodes College, the place that I call my alma mater, and the place where I spent 23 years professionally. For those of you who visited the campus in the spring of 2019 as prospective or accepted students, With my Vice President of Student Life and Dean of Students hat on, I shared a few thoughts with you about how you would need to be flexible and open-minded upon your arrival in August as first-year students. You probably don't remember that. Additionally, I talked about how my degree from Rhodes College was great preparation for my first job out of college, selling hot dogs and bologna for Oscar Mayer Foods, and yes, I rode in the Wienermobile. You do remember that part. Well, I remember you, class of 2023. I was no longer at the college when you arrived in August, but you have been on my mind a lot over the last 4 years. You, my friends, have been on a journey. Those words I spoke to you 4 years ago about being flexible and open-minded seem rather silly today. As graduates this year, you have taken a route unfamiliar to any of the rest of us. You've had to call on your faith, your parents, your faculty, your staff, your friends, your less than friends, your pets, and so much more. But now you are here. You have made it, and you have the traumatic and glorious moments to prove it. Nobody can take any of it from you. Sometime during the last 4 years, perhaps even during your first year orientation, you visited the National Civil Rights Museum at the Lorraine Motel. While I'm quite sure there were numerous aspects of the museum that are memorable to you, I'm confident in saying that you recall that moment visiting room 306, where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stayed, and the place from which he stood when he was assassinated on the balcony on April the 4th, 1968. Only 2 months before this tragic day, Dr. King uttered the words in the speech, quote, "We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope," end quote. This was 55 years ago. Think about the tumultuous journey he and our country had been through over the previous 10 to 15 years when he made that statement. The Montgomery bus boycott, the murder of Emmett Till, freedom rides and sit-ins, the March on Washington, the 16th Street church bombing, the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, Freedom Summer, the Civil Rights and Voting Rights Acts, the assassination of Malcolm X. Yet here was Dr. King, having been stabbed and nearly killed 10 years earlier, and having his life threatened routinely, imploring us to think about disappointment and hope in entirely different ways. He said, accept disappointment, which is a very different concept than avoiding it. Don't fight it off, allow for it to happen, because it will pass. In this acceptance, however, never lose infinite hope. Rhodes College class of 2023, perhaps but unbeknownst to you, around spring break of 2020, you begin to adopt this philosophy that Dr. King espoused over 50 years earlier. You, alongside your peers and your soon-to-be alma mater, begin to travel roads previously untraveled with uncertainty of where you would land. Had you been in your senior year, you would have had the destination clearly in sight. But that's not where you were. You had figured out the location of the refectory and hopefully location of Barrett Library, and likely had a sense that you had joined a special community. But there was still a lot to be determined. What would be your major? Who would be your advisor? What organizations would become important to you? How would you fully engage with the city of Memphis? Who would ultimately become your people? Rhodes College class of 2023, you did not lose hope. You've persevered. You've centered hope over these last 4 years and didn't allow disappointment to stifle getting to this important accomplishment. Rhodes College class of 2023, I also think about you often because in my day job, I am reminded that many of the successes of the historic civil rights movement occurred through the efforts of people who were your age in the 1960s. It was people just like you who modeled the courage, conviction, and infinite hope necessary to challenge injustice. When comparing the era of 60 years ago to today, I see many of the same characteristics in your generation. I am convinced that it will be you to dictate the course of today's movement for civil and human rights, just like your peers did 60 years ago. If we are to get to the promised land that Dr. King described to us, I want to highlight 3 principles that I see in you that were also present in your peers 60 years ago and implore you to protect and nurture them as you embark on your post-college journey. Number 1, allow collisions of your head and heart. Number 2, recognize vulnerability as more of strength than as weakness. And number 3, the journey is at least as important as the destination. So number 1, allow collisions of your head and heart. The world you are entering, armed with your exceptional Rhodes College education, can be described as complicated and seemingly getting more so every day. There is international strife. We are emerging from a global pandemic that devastated people and communities in unprecedented ways. Political partisanship is rampant. Racial and cultural tensions are reminiscent of what they were 60 years ago. We are flooded with information, misinformation, litmus tests, and my way or the highway value statements to choose between on a regular basis. Too often, we are seduced into paying more attention to discord and difference than we do to positivity and commonality. With all the noise, it might sometimes seem easier to lock in with laser-like focus on what you think or believe and not have to ponder nuance or context. Don't do it. Don't do it. Turn back to your Rhodes education, which has been more than a 4-year intellectual exercise. You probably thought you were finished with those "what is the meaning of life" questions when you finished your final exams. But I'm here to tell you they will resurface in countless ways throughout your life journey. Continue to allow yourself to simultaneously explore what you think and what you feel, what you can and cannot prove, what is familiar and unfamiliar. If you are intentional about allowing your heart and your mind to collide, you will be more receptive to embracing people and ideas that may be uncomfortable. And you will be able to give yourself the grace and permission to reconsider where you stand on issues that matter to you and reserve the right to change as your life journey unfolds. Such a collision will also allow you to have joyful experience that you cannot yet imagine. Furthermore, you will, perhaps unknowingly, motivate others to have the wherewithal to combat moments of discomfort with courage and clarity. Number 2, recognize vulnerability more as strength than as weakness. In a world that glamorizes having the most or being the best, or emphasizes always showing strength, this can be difficult. But unburdening oneself from the pressures of the status quo can be empowering. I believe vulnerability is a fundamental ingredient for a more humane society. So for the people in the back, I'm going to repeat that. I believe vulnerability is a fundamental ingredient for a more humane society. When you're vulnerable, you're better able to see people who are too often unseen. When you're vulnerable, you are able to sympathize with people who see and experience the world differently than you. When you're vulnerable, you see more possibilities and potential than problems. When you're vulnerable, you tell people you love them and care for them for no particular reason. When you are vulnerable, more people will make themselves vulnerable to you. Number 3, the journey is at least as important as the destination. My wife and I have a running joke about how often I take the circuitous route when we are traveling places. Y'all should hear some of those conversations. I'm not just talking about places we've never been, but places where we already know how to get there. I will often drive a route that's not the most direct. Sometimes I just want to see a different view. Wanting to see that different view gave me the inspiration to leave that promising corporate career selling that hot dogs and bologna to pursue a doctorate in history, which paved a path that made it possible for me so many years later to do the work I'm privileged to do today. I suspect many of you have been destination focused to get to this special moment of earning your degree. This approach can have its benefits, and there will be many more occasions to stay on the familiar course. But as you embark on a new set of life experiences, I would urge you to remain open to the circuitous route. Allow yourself to seek and discover new twists and turns along your personal route, all the while appreciating the views that you will discover along the way. Rhodes College class of 2023, today and tomorrow are all about you. Relish the moment, smell the roses, reflect on the disappointments that you accepted and the infinite hope that kept you moving forward. Thank the people who supported you along the way. Oh, and complete one more homework assignment. You don't have to turn it in, and it will not be graded, but you are on the honor code. Sometime over the next few days, try to imagine coming back to Rhodes College in 2073 for you're laughing, but it will happen. This is my 35 year, and it's closer to 50 than I would have ever imagined. But I want you to imagine 2073, coming back for your 50th reunion and being asked to list 10 moments over the last half century that have brought you indescribable joy. You might be surprised with what makes your list. Many of the items on your list will undoubtedly come true. Whatever the makeup of your list, be sure to include that feeling that you have today and will have tomorrow, and your ability to navigate finite disappointment and infinite hope. Congratulations, Rhodes College class of 2023. Thank you for allowing me to celebrate with you on this momentous accomplishment that will last a lifetime. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wigginton. After hearing such good news as Dr. Wigginton has proclaimed, we move into gratitude reflections. Each reflection will highlight something in particular to be grateful for, and at the end of the 3 reflections, you will have the opportunity to cheer to show your gratitude too. So I am asking you to please give polite applause after each of our students shares their reflection. And then each student is going to say, for example, if you are grateful for PJ the cat, please give them a round of applause. And that's where I really want you to go off. That's where I want you to give all the applause you've got, because this is the right time to embody gratitude. We'll do a practice round. If you are grateful for PJ the cat, please give them a round of applause. Truly, truly. That was brilliant. Thank you. Okay. Remember, polite applause, and then go all absolutely out to embody gratitude when they give the cue. Priscilla Foreman, Sage Scott, and Taya Lee, I invite you to the podium. Please give them a warm welcome, either polite or raucous.
Okay. Hey, y'all. All right. Good afternoon, y'all. My name is Priscilla Foreman, and I'm a proud member of the class of 2023. And they will introduce themselves behind me when it's their time. I first want to thank God for this amazing opportunity that's been my 4 years here at Rhodes College. The friends that I've made, the mentors I've had, and the adventures of traveling in the city truly represent the best of the Rhodes College experience. When I think about where I was just about 4 years ago, I think about a high school senior who was a little confused on what college they wanted to go to. If you know me, I keep everything, so I brought my college essay and my acceptance letter, if anybody remembers this, to look back and kind of talk to y'all about, where I was back then. And let me tell you, inflation is real because some of those numbers are not the same anymore. But reading that essay and looking back, I saw a young person who wanted to go to a college that brought her small town upbringing onto a college campus. I talked about in my essay about Rhodes' beautiful buildings, wanting to be surrounded by a community of talented students in their respective fields, and the opportunity to do this all in a city like Memphis, Tennessee. And then I did what any responsible 18-year-old college student would do, or a prospective college student would do. And I sent this essay to about 30 other colleges with a couple of revisions each. And when I finally decided to come to Memphis, I found that all of those moments that I mentioned in my essay really affirmed the right choice of selecting this school. So, as a fun, quick reflection of my years here at Rhodes, here are a couple of local landmarks and words that serve as kind of anecdotes of each of my years here at Rhodes. And short disclaimer, I love all these landmarks that I mentioned. If there's any owners in the building that would love to give me a sponsorship, let's talk after this. So, first moment, freshman year, and I'm counting this freshman year fall 2019. I would describe this as Cozy Corner Barbecue, if anybody's been. Great vibes, good people, very memorable, and a good old reliable place to go back and reflect on and eat. Sophomore year, that includes the fall or the spring of 2020, I would describe that as the banks of the Mississippi River. Lots of low moments, very chaotic. I'm pretty sure you could have drowned that semester, but you get it. Junior year, I would definitely describe that as a trip down Beale Street. Totally fun, fine. After you revisit a couple times, you kind of have to get creative about how fun it was. And only, it's a place where a lot of people like to mention where they had fun at. And my senior year, a little local landmark that I would describe it as is the Pro-Bass Pyramid. Really fun, the peak of the Rhodes College experience. A couple bowling alleys and gators throughout the semester, but we got through those. And we made it to the top of our years here at Rhodes. I know deep down this class is prepared for anything. And I see that in the talented peers who sit in front of me today. Whatever journey you take in life, know that you'll achieve it. Because I know if anybody in this world can take it on, it's the class of 2023. Thank you, and God bless. Next, I invite Sage Scott to the podium, who's behind me.
Hello, class of 2023. It's so beautiful to say that. In accordance to the gospel, the fruits of the Spirit are characterized by love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, generosity, faithfulness, and self-control. When reminiscing about my time at Rhodes College, my mind is awash with memories of faculty, staff, students, and family who embodied these fruits in multitudes of ways. However, none more embodied these for me than our dear friend, Chaplain Beatrix. How fortunate we are to have known you and experienced your mentorship and friendship through the depths of our sorrows and the crests of our joy, through our decay, our rebirth, and maturation. Chaplain Beatrix, we thank you. I thank you with my deepest gratitude. And I would also like to send my deepest thanks to my family, chosen and blood, who have supported me throughout this journey, through sleepless nights, finishing essays, to rides to campus, everything. I'm so deeply grateful. Thank you. Now let us reflect on the abundant orchard that is Rhodes College. Let us assume a prayerful stance and connect to the divine center that we adore, and allow God to multiply our blessings. For whether we are few or we are many, God is always with us. Let us reflect on the abundant orchard that is Rhodes College. May we bless those who bore the fruit of love with our hearts, those who bore the fruit of peace and joy with our smiles, those who are patient with us by quieting our minds, those who are kind and generous with us by opening our hands, those who are faithful by believing in the good news of abundance, those who are gentle by relaxing and unclenching our jaws and taking a deep breath, and those who are self-controlled by steadying our spirits for the journey ahead. How charitable it is to have lived in this abundant orchard. May our eyes never tire of seeing the fruits in others and in ourselves, for when the grass withers and the flower fades, the good news of our Lord is eternal. Thank you. And next, I invite Taya Lee to the stage.
Hello, everybody. My name is Taya Lee, and I am so grateful to have the opportunity to speak to you all today. First and foremost, I want to thank God for blessing me and keeping me in his embrace throughout my Rhodes College career. My time at Rhodes was not an easy one, as none of ours was. The conglomeration of personal struggles, environmental forces, societal pressures, and the hard work and dedication that it takes to be a successful Rhodes student was sometimes too heavy to carry. It took me longer than I would like to admit to realize it was because I was never meant to carry it alone. That it's okay to ask for help, and that it's okay to not be okay. Now, for an oldest daughter of 5, that was quite the revelation for me. I grew up being praised for my independence, but when I got to Rhodes College, it became a weakness. It's because of this experience that I can say that I'm beyond thankful for my support system here at Rhodes College. You have helped me carry burdens that were never mine to carry alone. And it wasn't always anything grand or extravagant. Sometimes it was Brittany Jackson letting me sit in her office and rant for an hour, or the Rhodes women's basketball team just laughing together even when we probably should have been serious, or Chaplain Beatrix being the guiding light that she is, pushing me out of my comfort zone and into my purpose. You all have done more for me than I could ever repay you for, and I want to express my gratitude to you all and many others I cannot mention because we would be here all day. Thank you so much, and now let's celebrate what made these 4 years truly memorable. If you are grateful for your support system here at Rhodes College, please give them a round of applause.
If you are grateful for dutiful faculty, staff, family, chosen or blood, please give them a round of applause. Thank you.
I'm kind of short. If you're grateful for the city of Memphis, please give it a round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really am awed by the gratitude that is embodied this morning, this afternoon. We cheered our gratitude for our families, chosen and the ones we grew up with. And I'm speaking to those families now. Your relationship to your student changes in very sweet ways this weekend. I am honored to invite our provost, Dr. Catherine Clay Bassard, to offer a charge to the families.
Thank you so much, Beatrix. Dearest families, this is the graduates' victory, and it's your victory too. I charge you to be there for your graduate. I charge you to find the balance between supporting them and letting them fight their own battles. I charge you to multiply their joy with them, and I charge you to divide their sorrow with them. I charge you to treat your graduate like they are an adult because they are an adult. I charge you to pick up the phone when they call and to love them abundantly. Now it's my pleasure to invite Fikemi Ayapeku to offer a charge to the graduates.
Hey, my people. Whew. Everybody, I'm speaking to you. Everybody, we have created versions of ourselves in college that have clearly stood the test of time. We have become musicians and artists, academics and scholars, leaders, organizers, writers and linguists. We've become people we never thought we could be. We've done things we never thought we could do. Remember, though, that we did not find ourselves here. We created ourselves, and we can continue to do so. Let us not let who we have been these past few years stop us or slow us down while we create who we will be. Don't let the you of the past 4 years define the you of the next 4. You can change your life the moment you decide to. You can change yourself the moment you decide to. So, class of 2023, I charge you to respond authentically to each moment as it arrives without being bound to the narrative of who you think you are. The people we have been for the last 4 years may have brought us thus far, but there's more of ourselves to create. So, dear friends, for the last time, I'm Fikemi Ayapeku, said right, and it's been one of the greatest pleasures of my life standing by you. Now, we'll transition to a time of blessing. 3 students will offer blessings from their traditions upon the graduating class. So please give a warm welcome to Ayat Hassan, Hadia Qureshi, Haley Johnson, and Olivia Kaufman.
Good afternoon. My name is Hadia Qureshi.
And I am Ayat Hassan.
And we are the president and vice president of the Muslim Students Association. We have a dua, or a blessing, that we would like to share with you guys today.
A dua is also called a prayer. This prayer is specifically to appreciate our Creator for the accomplishments we have made till this day. In this dua, we ask for Allah to bless our future dreams and goals in life, and for Him to grant us success. Now I will state the dua in Arabic, and Hadia will provide the translation in English. ربي ألهمنا دائما أن نكون شاكرين لفضلاتك التي باركتها لنا ولوالدينا، وأن نفعل الخير الذي يرضيك. أقبلنا برحمتك في صحبة عبيدك الصالحين. ربنا تقبل هذا منا، أنت حقنا السميع العليم. يا الله أمنحنا خير الدنيا والآخرة واحفظنا من عذاب النار. آمين يا رب العالمين.
My Lord, inspire us to always be thankful for your favors which you have blessed us and our parents with, and to do good deeds that please you. Admit us by your mercy into the company of your righteous servants. Our Lord, accept this from us. You are indeed the all-hearing and the all-knowing. O Lord, grant us the good of this world and the hereafter, and protect us from the torment of the fire. O Lord of the worlds, Amen. Next, I invite Haley Johnson to the podium.
Hello, everyone. My name is Haley Johnson, and I have been lucky to have served as the president of the Rhodes College Hillel, and as a result, am honored to offer a Jewish blessing upon our graduates. The Shechianu translates to, "Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who has kept us alive, sustained us, and brought us to this season." This blessing is traditionally said the first time you do something or to mark a special occasion, such as the occasion we find ourselves at today. If you are familiar with this prayer, please recite it with me over these students as we commence life as graduates of Rhodes College. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Next, I invite Olivia Kaufman to the podium.
Hi, I'm Olivia. I am a physics major, a lifelong Presbyterian, and a member of UKirk Campus Ministry. I wrote this blessing adapting words from my pastor back home. Loving God, as we prepare for our transition from this place we've called home and celebrate our journey out into the great big unknown world, please watch over and guide our path. Help fill us with courage in the face of challenge, integrity in the face of injustice, and discipline in the face of chaos. Keep our minds always open to new learnings and help us seek what is just and true. Keep our hearts open to deep relationships and help us love kindly as we have been loved by you. Keep our hands open to committed service and help us walk humbly, serving others as we have been served. Wrap your love around us now and forevermore. In the name of the Creator, Redeemer, and Sustainer. Amen.
I would like everyone to rise in body or in spirit to receive the benediction. Even those joining us in live stream, you can rise in spirit. As you go forth from this place, go forth in gratitude, knowing that Rhodes College will always be home. And wherever this life takes you, may peace find you there. Amen.